Good morning, guys. I want to talk to you guys today about how to show him that you value him. The reason why I wanted to talk about this, which I will do another video on the other end of the spectrum or how you show her you value her, but I wanted to do this first because I know for me, I had this fantasy in my head for a very long time that men should know certain things, and if they really love you, they should know this. If they really love you, they should do this and they should say this. And most 9 out of 10 men don't know things. I mean, men don't know things until we tell them, and the same thing applies with women. We don't know that men sometimes assume we know things, but we don't either. Okay, but today I'm going to talk about how can we show the man that we love, our partner, our spouse. Disclaimer: this is for someone that you're dating with purpose, someone you're in a committed relationship with, your spouse, your partner. This is not for anybody, any Joe Blow that you're dating. So I jot a few things down so my video could be more structured and I can remember what I need to talk about. So the first point that I want to make is love language. This is where communication comes in. Where there's no communication, there's room for imagination, assumption, and unrealistic expectation. Before I read any further, I just want to emphasize on that. One of my pet peeves is people assuming things, people having unrealistic expectations that you can't meet, and assumptions is as a result of no communication. I think I'm going to do a devotional today on communication because it is something that is killing relationships, not just romantic relationships, all relationships. You can't assume someone knows something until you really have a conversation with them. So the first point is love language. This is where communication comes in. Where there's no communication, there's room for imagination, assumption, unrealistic expectation. Usually most women show their appreciation and how they value their spouse, how they would like to be shown they are valued. Everybody's different. You have to ask specifically. You have to ask your partner, what does someone valuing you looks like specifically? So what you have to do is you have to ask them the last time you felt valued, the last time someone showed you that they value you. What did they do? What did that look like? When they tell you that, you're going to put that in your memory bank. Now you know this is how my partner, this is how he feels valued when someone does this. And this is why communication is important, because we're not mind readers, right? So the second thing is, don't ignore your own love language. I have a story that I want to tell you guys about that. So it is still important that in combination with showing your partner you love them by their love language, that you show him you love him as well with your own love language. By this time, a conversation has taken place and he knows when you do this particular thing, that's you showing him that you love him. So here's a story about that. I was in a long-term relationship. Let me just be honest. It was my marriage. I was trying not to say it, but hey, I was married for over 15 years. 15 years. And when I first met my ex-husband, I told him that, that I don't know why I told him that. I was completely not being authentically who I was. The truth was, I love being in the kitchen. I love cooking. But because he cooks so good and he loves cooking too, I let him take the reign of the cooking in the kitchen. Later on, after I got therapy and got some help, I realized subconsciously, I cannot believe this, but I was resenting the fact that he took over the kitchen, because my love language is like making you breakfast and serving it to you, making you your favorite dessert, baking you a cake, doing whatever. That's my love language. And because I wasn't able to do that, I started to resent him for not being able to cook in the kitchen. This is very weird. And I didn't even connect the dots until I was literally in a therapy session. because she had to stop me in my tracks. She heard something that I didn't even hear. So this is why it's important. Yes, you want to show them that you love them by the way they want to be shown that they're valued. But it's also important that you don't die to yourself and not show up as you, because part of valuing them is also value your own way you want to show someone that you value them. I hope that makes sense. So if you like cleaning the house, and cleaning your house is how you show your family you appreciate them, or you like baking a cake, just because your spouse, the way they like for you to show them that they love them is for you to buy them something. It doesn't mean that you don't stop doing that. You can buy them something and also bake a cake. That way you are showing, because you've already had a conversation with them by this time. You've like, babe, when I bake you a cake, that's me showing you I love you. So when he walks into the house and he smells cake baking, he smells the smell of a cake in the oven, you've already planted that seed in your head, in his head. You've already had that conversation. So now he's associating you in the kitchen baking the cake as you showing him that you value him. And when you buy him the gift, he's still associating that as that you value him, because the conversation's already had how he wants to be shown and how you shown. So this is very important, because when you stop showing the person you love the way you want to love them, you are dying to yourself. You're not showing yourself. And this is how people end up having affairs. Because what happens is, this balls into other parts of the marriage. You end up having an affair with someone that you can actually show them that you care about them this particular way that you can't show up in your own relationship. And I know this may sound like you're right, but I'm telling you, this is for men and women. Okay, so this is very, very important, step 2. Now, the third thing is, don't assume he knows you are grateful and thankful. Always, I cannot emphasize this enough. Always say thank you and specifically tell him how thankful you are. I have a rule for myself. This is my rule. I say thank you twice. For example, if my significant other gave me this blouse, when I first open the gift, I'm going to say, thank you, babe, for giving me the blouse. Thank you so much. I love the blouse. Thank you so much. Now, later on, a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, whenever that is, I'm wearing the blouse and I'm putting the blouse on to go out. I'm going to go over and say, babe, thank you so much. You know what? I really love this blouse. This is planting a seed in your relationship that you are not just saying thank you because it's robotic, because it's something to do. It's something people with manners do. You're actually really appreciating the blouse that he got you. So you're going to say thank you the first time and you're going to say thank you again. For instance, your spouse buys you a car, right? No one wakes up every day and turns around and say, babe, thank you for the car you bought me. Thank you for the car you bought me. Thank you for the car. No one does that. But what you want to do at first, when you initially get the car, you want to say, thank you, babe. Thank you so much. You got me the car. But once in the blue moon, 6 months, year later, whenever you're driving in the car, you just got that car clean. The car is looking good. You in the car with your shades on, you doing your thing. You want to call him hands-free, of course. No holding cell phones while we're driving. And you want to say, babe, you know what? I just got this car clean. I'm in a car. I'm feeling fresh. I'm lit in this car. And I just want to tell you, thank you so much for getting me this car. You're planting a seed. This man is going to want to do more for you. Trust me, people. He's going to want to do more for you because he knows that your first initial thank you wasn't just a robotic thing, that you're actually grateful for what he's done for you. So now when he's talking to his homeboy, he's like, yo, man, every time I do something for her, she's always grateful. And he's going to want to, every time he's out of town or he's in a store or he's doing something, he's going to want to buy something for you. He's going to want to do something for you because you're showing him thankfulness. You're showing him gratitude. Don't assume the man knows that you're grateful for the things he's done. Tell him. Always tell him. And my personal rule, tell him twice. Tell him the first time and tell him somewhere in a distance in the future so he can know you remembered that you did that for him. Trust me that he did that for you. I'm sorry. The fourth thing is, I know a lot of women don't like this. Stroke his ego. Listen, you can't have masculine energy. Two masculine people can't be stroking each other, okay? You have to be feminine to be able to stroke his ego. I don't care. Men love to be shown off. It's not just women. Men love to be shown off, especially in a world where it's common to bash men all the time. It's important that you praise him publicly too. Show him off. Tell people how awesome you are. Share the things that he's done for you. I'm not saying do it every day, but I'm saying once in a while do it. Let people know. Let people know how fine your man is. He working out. He go to the gym. Let him know you value that. Because, men be slipping too. There be men out here that don't work out. So be grateful your man works out. Please be grateful your man works out. That way when he's doing that rep and the next time he go to the gym, he gonna work a little harder. Why? Because his boo just showed him off in public. Rather that public is in front of friends and family or public is on social media. Next time he's in the mirror, trust me when I tell you, next time he's in the mirror, he's going to remember, she just showed me off, let me do an extra rep. You know what I'm saying? It shows him that you value him. He take care of himself. When you show off, my man, he's such a good father. He's such a good husband. He's going to want to be even more of a better husband when you're showing him off instead of always bashing men on the internet. I saw the other day, this woman was on social media. I don't understand what's wrong with my husband. Why can't he just put the clothes in the hamper? She was just complaining, and I went on her. This is not someone I followed. It just happened to be on my feed. You know how they have suggestions, and I went and clicked on her page, and all her page was just complaining and whining. I'm like, well, damn. He ain't gonna want to do anything if all you do is so your man don't do nothing right. He don't do one thing right. So all you want to do is talk about what he does wrong. Maybe if you start praising him for the things he does right, he'll stop doing the things he does wrong. I'm just saying. Anyways, the last thing is, this is important. It is not a competition. This is not a competition. This is not about who can give better gifts, who can show each other, who appreciates each other more. He's already competing outside in the world. He doesn't need to come home and compete with his wife, his spouse, his girlfriend, or whatever. I mean, it's not you and him against each other. It's you and him against the world. Men who work 9 to 5, they're already competing in the office. They're already competing. Men who are entrepreneurs they're competing on social media platforms. There are men in their lives they're competing with. It's just a hot mess out there in this world. They don't need to walk in the house and compete with you. It's not a competition. So just understand that. These steps are from me. I didn't get them from any website. I didn't get them from anyone. These are steps that I've learned along the way. I took a little long to learn them. Unfortunately, only one person is going to benefit from this because I learned this late in life, and hey, better late than never. But these steps are important, guys. The love language, it's important that you find out what his love language is, and you want to get examples from him, what that looks like for you to value him specifically. Second, don't ignore your own love language. It's important that you show up as yourself. Don't suppress yourself. It's not all about doing everything for him. You have to value yourself too. Third, don't assume he knows that you're grateful and thankful. Always say thank you. Always say I'm grateful. And my rule is say thank you twice. Say thank you when you first get it and say thank you later on. Fourth, stroke his ego. I know a lot of women don't like doing that. I know you don't believe in stroking a man's ego. Maybe that's why your ass is single. You need to get rid of that masculine energy and embrace the feminine energy, because ain't no man want to be in a house with a masculine woman. They don't have time for that. If they want masculine energy, they can go hang out with their homeboys, go at the bar, go at the gym if they want that. When they come home, they like the feminine touch, the feminine voice, the feminine attitude, the feminine ego, the masculine ego needs to be put away, and the feminine energy needs to be in the forefront. Last but not least, do not compete. This is not a competition about who can give better gifts. It's not about I'm going to up the ante. He did this, so I'm going to do something even better. It's not about that. It's about showing each other you love each other, showing each other you value each other, showing each other you appreciate each other, so your home could be an oasis. Your home is not just a house, it's a home. In order for it to be a home, it has to be a loving home where you're both loving on each other and showing each other that you value them. So hopefully these steps works. These are steps personally that's come from me that I learned late in my life. Unfortunately, I have not been able to exhibit these steps in any other relationships that I've had because I didn't get the help and the therapy that I needed. I was broken and unhealed in all of my other relationships, and I'm so sorry for that. But hey, better late than ever. Now that I know better, I'm going to do better. And I'm telling you, men will honor you more. They will do things for you more, man, if you just show them that you value them and you communicate with them. Hopefully this video has helped you as it helped me. I'm losing my voice. As it helped me. You guys have a nice day. Bye.